Yo, what is up, everybody? Popo here, bring guys a new video, and today we're going to be talking about 5 underrated moves in Regulation H. One's a little bit cheaty, but we'll see. We'll get to that. But yeah, sorry I haven't made a video in a little bit. I have been streaming though. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays where I do ladder and I ride my bike, and I'm trying to get a little bit healthier. By doing that and having a good time playing some VGC. So come stop by, hang out. I do it both on Twitch and on YouTube. So if you're already subscribed here, you can set up those notifications or come by in the mornings around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to come and hang out. And yeah, I'll take rental codes. So if you got a rental code or a cool team, stop by and we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, let's get into this. So I was thinking of some, unique moves. We saw Leech Seed this past weekend going on to that Caly-I Ice Rider and winning the whole tournament. And that's a really unique move, right? It's something that's been picking up a little bit. I don't even know where it started, but something that really changed how the meta is being played in a very strange way. So, and I built a team recently, and if you stopped by my stream the other day, you would have saw that I am using a very unique Pokemon in Iron Moth, and it has a very unique move that's actually on this list. So I'm not going to talk about it, but if you were there, you'll know. But it just got me thinking of some more moves that maybe people aren't using or have very little usage. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Number 5 is Lunge. I think Lunge is pretty decent. There's a lot of good physical attackers, and being able to reduce their attack with a Pokemon that maybe doesn't have Intimidate can be a really good option. And this is really a more niche move for the amount of Pokemon that get it. As you can see, distribution is pretty weak, but damage control is really good. It does decent damage if it's on a Pokemon like Araquanid, where you can use it over Life Leech or something like that. It's support mon viable, so you can use it on support mons without having to worry about how much damage you're doing, but you are still lowering the attack, making your support mon live a little bit longer. Example is Jump Pluff. Now, Clear Amulet is really strong against this move, and that's why it's not really higher, as well as, once again, not many Pokemon are getting it, and most of those Pokemon that do get it are weak to fire, and that can be rough with Incineroars out there. We also have Koraidons, and there's a couple others that you just won't really survive a hit. So it makes it really tough to use this move very effectively. But I still think it is a pretty decent move. So take that as you will. Next, we have Skill Swap. Now, this is a move that I think could see some more usage. We saw it win, like one of the primary reasons why Wolf won in 2016 was because of Skill Swap. It's great on weather teams. You can use it with Koraidon, or not Koraidon, with Groudon or Kyogre, though you can't use it with Koraidon. So there are some limitations, and that's one of the negatives. You can't swap some abilities. The Paradox abilities, the Calyrex abilities, the abilities of the 2 bikes. You can't swap any of these abilities. The runes, so you can't swap Chien-Pao or Ting-Lu or something like that, or Chi-Yu. So there are a lot of abilities that you can't switch, but you can use this both offensively and defensively. And what I mean by that is you can take your opponent's Intimidate, and now you're using it defensively, right? You're taking stuff and giving your opponent, or you can use it offensively. And like we saw in Wolf Click's team, you switch it with the Kyogre, you put the rain back up, but also now you giving your Pokemon Levitate or something like that, right? So you can do some really cool things. And one of the Pokemon over here, and one of the examples I have, is going to be that Umbreon. And Umbreon is a really good choice for this because it does have Inner Focus. So you can give Inner Focus to your big attacker so it cannot be faked out anymore. And maybe if that's Kyogre, now you resetting up the weather. If it's another Pokemon, maybe you're getting something else, grassy terrain, something like that. So you're giving yourself more ability to do damage and just output a lot more. So you can use it both offensively and defensively. Once again, this is support mon viable. A lot of support Pokemon actually get this, so that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes it's a dead move because, once again, you can't use it against some abilities, and sometimes it's just useless, and now you're like, man, I'd rather just had, Trick Room or Foul Play or something on this Pokemon rather than having the Skill Swap, because in this situation, it's just completely useless. And then a lot of the Pokemon are actually weak to Calyrex Shadow Rider. So you do have to be careful from that, because once again, you cannot steal Caly-I Shadow Rider's ability, so you're kind of stuck. But yeah, skill swap, pretty good. It's pretty good. I just think it's underused and just has some weaknesses. Now, this is where it gets cheaty, because 2 and 3 are going to be together, because these moves are basically the same move. It's just the distribution of Pokemon is different. So that's going to be Whirlwind and Roar. These moves right now are very, very good. Now, this is the one I was using with Iron Moth. As you can see, Iron Moth is down there. And it's a very, very strong move into Trick Room. So when they're trying to set up Trick Room, if you can, you know, even if they have Indeedee, if you use Koraidon or something that can one-shot Indeedees, you one-shot the Indeedee, and then you can go for the Whirlwind, so they can just not get Tailwind up. Like, it's just crazy. It brings out their Pokemon, they're going to bring out the other Pokemon, and now they have to be forced to go for the Trick Room, but then you can just double attack that Pokemon and knock it out. Or you could just Whirlwind it again if you really want to. And you could just keep them off Trick Room for the whole game. It's very, very strong. So yeah, it's great against Trick Room, great against setup. So if they have a Pokemon that's going for nasty plots, let's say Calyrex, or if they have like, in a match I had on stream yesterday, they had Zamazenta, and what I was able to do is Whirlwind Zamazenta out of there. So it no longer had that defense boost, and now it was more vulnerable to my my Koraidon in the back. So yeah, it works very well in that aspect too. Has a large cast of Mons. Like, Roar is insane on how many Pokemon can get it. It's crazy. We'll go through some of these Pokemon here. It's best of 3 because your opponent knows you have it. We did see it do very well if we look back to the European International Championship, where it got second place on Farigiraf, right? And we have Farigiraf down there against Wolf Glick. And yeah, Roar was a big part of why that team was so successful, because instead of just reversing the Trick Room or whatever it might be, you just roar them out. And now they can't set up that Trick Room. Or if they're trying to reverse Trick Room, you can do the same thing. And now what you're not doing is reversing your own Trick Room ever. So there's some really cool techs with that. And once again, you get rid of Pokemon that are boosted. It takes the attack spot. That is one of the negatives. It's because some of the Pokemon that get it, we can see like Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh has been seen using Whirlwind quite recently. And like it's taking an attack spot from it, right? You're always going to have your 2 main attacks. But that third move could be Roost. That third move could be, you know, or Regenerate. Does it get Roost? I can't remember if it gets Roost, but it gets Regenerate. It could be something else that helps you live longer or does some more damage, but you're using it for Whirlwind. So yeah, same with Ting-Lu, another Pokemon that kind of 4 moves is kind of hard. And Iron Hand actually gets Whirlwind. And it can bring out a worse mon for you. Like, you could do this and just be like, okay, don't go into the Kyogre. Come on, don't go in the and then it's Kyogre, and you're like, well, I guess the Kyogre's out now. So you can get in some bad situations with it. So you do have to be a little bit careful because you don't get to pick them on. But look at this wide variety of Pokemon. Like Whirlwind, you know, we got Iron Moth, we got Volcarona, we already know those, Ho-Oh, but then we got like Ting-Lu, we got Iron Hands, like that's crazy. Why does Iron Hands get Whirlwind? I know Hariyama gets it too. Why does Hariyama get it? I don't know. But yeah, those 2 get it. But Roar is insane. Roar's insane. Incineroar gets Roar. It's in his name. But then we have Pokemon like Entei. Also, he gets Roar. All the dogs get Roar. So you can use it on Suicune. I've seen it on Suicune in the past. But then you have Terapagos. Why does Terapagos get Roar? This little guy, he gets Roar. And then you have stuff that could be a really good support Pokemon on your team, like the Lowland Ninetales that also gets Roar. Both Ninetales gets Roar. But there's a huge list of Roar Pokemon. Okidogi gets it. Like, it's just so random. The Pokemon that get Koraidon gets it. There's just so many Pokemon. So if you're really looking to use Roar or Whirlwind, definitely look at Roar first, because it's just insane. There could be like a niche Pokemon in there that you'll find that just like is perfect for your team. And there are a lot of Pokemon that get Roar and are number 1, and that is going to be Brick Break. Yes, it has been increasing usage a little bit, but man, Grimmsnarl is really showing how strong it is, and I'm surprised this move isn't even more prevalent right now because it's breaking screens, right? So they set up screens, you're able to break the screens, and then you're able to do massive amounts of damage, especially if you can use this move in conjunction, if you're using it on a fast Pokemon, with something that can actually knock out the Grimmsnarl on that same turn. So therefore, they just never have screens again. And that's a really good prospect to go for on a Pokemon like this. And I showed you guys some here. And I know Kyogre's here, and I'm just putting Kyogre here to show you how crazy the distribution of this move is. So it's great against Grimmsnarl, like I said. It's support mon viable because you're just looking to do something and not do damage. Has a huge range of mons. Out of all these moves, maybe besides Roar, this has the biggest range. It has Pokemon of every type. It's like crazy. The special attackers get it. Physical attackers get it. Like, there's so many Pokemon that get this move. It slows down your opponent, which is huge because even if you don't knock out the Grimmsnarl, they have to go for screens again, right? So they can't get 2 screens up, or you let them get 2 screens up, then you break it, and then they just don't have any screens. So there's really cool combinations you can do with it. It is low damage though, so you do have to be careful for that. Can't hit ghost types, so if they do Ghost Terra the Grimmsnarl or something like that, then you're going to be kind of out of luck. And finding room in your 4 moves can sometimes be hard, especially if you want those more damaging moves, plus a protect. It could be a little bit tough. An example of this that I showed here is going to be that Ogerpon, right? Because you're going to want the Ivy Cudgel that's on the Ogerpon. Like, you might want a Grass move if you're not using Grass Pond. And then, you know, Follow Me and Spiky Shield. So it becomes harder and harder to find that space for that move. We've been even seeing knockoff recently going onto those Ogerpons. So there's a really, there's not much wiggle room on a lot of these Pokemon for this. But you could see right here, 5 huge threats that are in Regulation I that actually get this move is kind of crazy. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Like, it's insane. Like, Psychic types get this. Like, Fighting types, obviously, most of them get it. There's just so many. Iron Hands doesn't get it, though. Why not? I don't know. But yeah, it's just a crazy, crazy distribution. So those are my 5 moves. Underrated, underused, whatever it might be. I think these moves are fantastic, and I think you should try them out, especially Whirlwind. Brick Break, it should already be almost standard at this point with how much that team, like Grimmsnarl, is winning right now. We should be using it. But man, Whirlwind, it feels so good. And when you just like Whirlwind out their Trick Room, because it's -6 priority, so the only thing going slower than you is Trick Room, then you use it and they just like blow away. And you're just like, oh, that felt so good. That felt so good. Bye. Like, and then it brings out their Ursaluna and it gets its boost, but now you just have double pressure into their Ursaluna. And they just can't do anything about it. And they're like, well, I could set up Trick Room and protect Ursaluna, and then you just Whirlwind them again. So it's just a really fun move. But anyways, guys, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys thumbs it up. If you have any moves that you think are underrated or underused, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you guys do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.